Over the past few months, I've received several emails from people asking how I've managed to get so much done, running my business, delivering clients' work, and staying consistent on YouTube, all with a small team. Let me start with this. If you want to achieve big goals, you have to show up consistently over a long period of time.
Trust me, there is no such thing as overnight success.
None of the successful people we admire got where they are just by luck. They made it because they were disciplined, committed, and showed up every single day. To hit your goals, you must develop habits that boost your productivity and creativity. This, combined with an effective schedule, will help you stay focused and move closer to your long-term objectives. It's about putting in days, weeks, months, and yes, sometimes years of consistent effort.
Ultimately, it all comes down to your habits and discipline, the foundation of everything you want to achieve. In simple terms, your daily routine.
My journey from a full-time job to full-time freedom. I made a big decision. I quit my full-time job to build my own business and pursue my dream of becoming a YouTuber, creating meaningful and inspiring content. At first, it felt amazing. I was no longer tied to someone else's schedule. I had complete control of my time, when I would start, when I would finish, and what I would focus on. I finally had the freedom to structure my day the way I wanted. But after the excitement of the first month faded, reality hit. Back at my job, I didn't need to plan much. My daily tasks were handed to me. But working for myself, that required a whole new level of discipline.
But right about now, I need to plan way more. Stay consistent to achieve my goals and objectives.
By the second month, I ran into problems. I was waking up at different times every day, often staying up late working, and struggling to get motivated, even for simple tasks. The freedom I once celebrated had become a trap. Without structure, I started falling behind.
That's when I realized if I wanted to succeed, I had to rebuild my daily routine from the ground up.
Building a high-performance routine. Since then, I've developed systems, routines, and mindsets that have drastically improved my productivity and creativity. And in this video, I'm going to share all of them with you.
So here it is, my daily routine for maximum productivity and creativity. Let's go.
Part 1. Designing my productive and balanced daily routine. The first thing I had to do was prioritize my goals for the year and then plan my daily schedule around those goals. My aim wasn't just to become more productive and efficient, it was also to find a healthy balance between work and rest, so I could avoid burnout and stay joyful in the process.
I wanted to build a daily routine that allowed me to stay healthy, accomplish my work goals, and ultimately find fulfillment and peace of mind.
So I opened Notion, the tool I use to plan everything, my to-do list, work hours, goals, breaks, and even my long-term vision. I laid out my entire daily routine from the time I wake up, pray, work, head into the field, eat, exercise, and even unwind, so I could stay balanced and organized. The rules that keep me focused. To stay on track and eliminate distraction, I created a few simple rules. Social media is only allowed during meal breaks. During breakfast and also at lunch hours. Definitely there's no checking YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, or even Facebook outside these windows. Free time begins after 5 p.m. That's when I can meet friends, go for walks, or unwind guilt-free. Weekends are mine. I take Saturdays and Sunday off to relax or do whatever I feel like. And rule number 3, no excuse. As long as I'm healthy and motivated, ready to go, I must follow the routine every single day. Trust me, this builds consistency and discipline. So right about now, let me walk you through my current daily routine for maximum productivity and creativity. Let's go. 6 a.m. Wake up and prayer. I start my day at 6 a.m. The first thing I do is pray to God, thanking Him for life, for health, and for you all, my amazing subscribers. My amazing family. I also take a moment to read my Bible, the Word of God, and center myself spiritually. Jog plus morning walk. Once it's bright outside, I head out for a 20 minutes jog and a walk, leaving my phone at home. This is my sacred time to wake up my body and clear my mind. When I get back, I do a 20 minutes home workout, things like stretching, jumping jack, and body weight exercises. Movement in the morning boosts your energy, sharpens your focus, and prepares you to take on the day. 7:40 a.m. After working out, I simply take a shower, brush my teeth, lay my bed, and finally dress properly for the day. Yes, even when I'm working from home, I have to be smart. Getting dressed in proper clothes, not sweatpants, means a lot. Makes a big difference. It shifts your mindset into work mode. And for me personally, it simply works out. Important notice, personally, when I wake up for the first 2 hours, I either switch my phone off or keep it on flight mode to prevent distraction. I used to waste a lot of time, like when I just wake up, I grab my phone and I'm just scrolling into social media. Going to Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, wasting precious time. Now I simply focus on my life other than watching other people's highlight reels. 8 a.m. Plan the day. At 8 a.m. I open Notion and write down my to-do list for the day. I simply check off priorities and decide if later on I'll do sports or filming that day. Important tip, don't overload your to-do list. I've made that mistake before, writing 10 plus things down only to feel discouraged when I barely completed half. Now I focus on realistic and achievable goals. 8:30 a.m. Deep work begins. At this time, I sit on my desk, eliminate distraction, put on my headphones, and deep work begins. Creative work. As a freelancer in the creative space, my work definitely falls into two categories. Number 1, creative tasks, which involves scripting, filming, and editing YouTube videos or client work. And 2, organizational tasks, which involves emails, client communication, sponsorship, and dealing with taxes. Personally, I always start with the creative work first. That's when my mind is sharpest. And then later on in the day, I tackle the admin and the business part of it. Trust me, this structure helps me so much to get a lot of things done and stay in flow. My productivity tip. While working, please turn off your phone or keep it in another room. Simply avoid notifications. Being fully present, trust me, allows you to knock out your tasks faster and with more quality. 12:30 p.m. Meditation plus rest. At noon, I take 30 minutes to meditate on the Word of God, rest and reset my brain before the second half of the day. This time helps me stay calm, grateful, and centered. 1 p.m. Lunch break. I head out for lunch around this time. It's my moment to refuel and take a break from work. During lunch, I usually scroll through social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or sometimes even TikTok. 1:30 p.m. back to work, the creative session begins. After lunch and maybe a quick meditation, I get back to work mode. This next 2 to 3 hours is simply creative work session mode. I simply reserve this hour for creative work. I mean deep thinking, like, scripting, shooting, editing, or anything that simply requires deep focus and originality. Trust me, this is my most productive creative window, and I try to use it wisely. 4 p.m. Organizational work. Once the creative part is done, I switch gears into the organizational side of things, replying to emails, managing taxes, scheduling shoot dates, negotiating sponsorship deals. All these organizational work combined, it helps to keep everything running smoothly. Staying focused. One thing that I've personally gotten to realize is that multitasking doesn't just work out for me. Every time I try to, juggle multiple things, trust me, nothing gets done. Everything crashes and I end up with nothing. That's why I personally simply focus on one stuff at a time, either the creative work or the admin stuff, organizational work. And trust me, through this I'm able to achieve a lot. Trust me, if you focus on just one thing to be accomplished, you'll get more done and nothing will be overwhelming. And man, that's my quick tip for you right there. 5 p.m. wrapping up. I usually wrap up at 5 p.m. and at this time I'm done with the creative work, I'm done with the organizational work, and it's time to just relax and maybe hang out with friends. And if a video needs to be exported, I let it export overnight. After that, I avoid touching my laptop. I'm done for the day. It's simple discipline I've built over the past years to avoid overworking, which can really mess up your sleep schedule and productivity. Evening routine. After I'm done with work at 5 p.m., I simply go for an evening walk to clear out my mind. And this is something that has, helped me so much. After the walk, I love to squeeze in a little playtime too. After all work and no play makes Ray a dull boy. So right about now, it's time for some fun. Let's go. So after the walk and I get back home, I simply try so hard not to open the laptop again. Editors, you know what I mean. There's always that temptation, to open the laptop and you end up working overtime. And by the time you realize you're very tired and tomorrow you disorganize your old routine. And trust me, that will mess up a little bit of your next day. Your routine might be messed up just because you slept the previous night pretty late. So personally, after 5 p.m., so I usually meet up with friends just to chat and unwind at around 7 p.m. And I completely love this. This helps me to stay connected and it helps me to, discuss with friends, a lot of things about life and how everything is just moving on. And normally after hanging out with friends, I either eat dinner with them or just come back home and, just cook something for myself. And then at 7:30 p.m., it's my time to do whatever I feel like. And tonight, we're watching a TV show. Let's go on Netflix. Winding down. At night, I usually FaceTime with my family. It's very, very important, to communicate with your family members. Chat with my girlfriend. And then finally, again, watch Netflix or YouTube videos. So before sleeping, I also simply like tidying my place. I mean washing my dishes and just organizing the place so that when the next day comes, I'm ready to attack it in full gear with no excuse. My final thoughts. There is simply no such thing as perfect daily routine for everyone. What works for me might not work for you, and what works for you might not work for me. And that's simply okay because everyone has different goals and lifestyles. But I do believe that it's very important you should have a daily routine to guide you. To guide you achieve your goals and objectives. Don't be afraid to adjust it until you feel it is right for you. Personally, when I was beginning, I adjusted my daily routine so much until it became very favorable to me. And one thing I will tell you, balance is so much important. Balance is key. Simply mix deep focused work with moments of rest and inspiration. Trust me, if your routine is too packed, you may end up feeling like a robot. And that is so bad because it might lead to burnout. Taking breaks is as important as working hard. That's why personally, Saturdays or Sunday are off for me to rest and just relax. To reset my brain. And for me, a short vacation now and then also helps me to reset my brain and just bring me back to work mode, and it helps me recharge mentally and come back even more stronger. At 10 p.m. it's bedtime. I brush my teeth, read my Bible, pray, and then sleep. It's sleep time. Good night, folks. Alright, thank you for hanging out with me today. It's time to sleep. Night, and see you in the next video. I love you.